Today I'm here to do my makeup. I obviously have my skincare done already. If you want to see my skincare routine, I do have another video on that. But today I just thought, you know what, let me just do some makeup and just have like a little chit chat with you ladies. So here I am. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. I have all my makeup laid out here just so it's easy, you know. So the foundation that I'm gonna be using today, no, wait. Actually, I think I do need a little bit of color correction because as you guys can see, I have a little bit of dark circles. I have my foundation here already, but first, I definitely want to apply the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Concealer Pomade, which is the shade 20 Peach. I will give you guys a link to all of these products, by the way, so you guys will be able to see. I am going to use that right under my eyes where I have like darkness showing, and you need just very little bit, by the way. If you see, I'm just tapping it, and then it's a very dense, it's a very thick product, and it goes on your skin so easily, to be honest. Also, I have a little bit of darkness around my lips here, you know, on the sides here, a little bit here. Also, what I'd like to do with the color corrector is take a little bit, very little bit, and then I have like few freckles here. Always had those, they just never seem to go away. I'm just gonna apply it wherever I see any darkness. I have like these little freckles here, and I'm telling you, every time I use this to hide my freckles, it actually works. And I have one here also, and that's that. I'm gonna let it sit there for about a minute, because you guys know every time you let like a product sit on your skin, that is where you get the maximum benefits from any product, whether it's your foundation, the concealer, the color corrector, or whatever that is. Gosh, I can't even speak. Wait. If you want my smoothie recipe, watch my previous vlog. It's so good. And I kid you not, ever since I have started to drink this one, I feel like I'm fuller for a long period of time, and also my skin has improved so much, no joke. Anyway, now since this is set and dry, we're ready to go in with our foundation. The foundation that I used was the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless. This is an amazing everyday foundation. If you're looking for something from drugstore, a great everyday foundation is amazing. I'm gonna use that. I do like to use my fingers for the most part when I am kind of, you know, blending out my foundation on my face. I took very little product, and to be honest, you need very little foundation. You don't need too much anyway, because we always tend to layer so many things. Like we go in with the color corrector, we do the foundation, we do the concealer, we do a little bit of powder, so it's a lot of layers. So if you think about it, you need very little amount of every layer that you put on your face, right? And if you also can see, this foundation already has amazing coverage, to be honest. I just use one layer of this, and yes, I do blend with my fingers. I just find that whenever you blend your foundation with your fingers, it really does come out very, very flawless and very natural looking. It does look like skin when you use your fingers to, you know, blend your foundation. And yes, it is a little time consuming, but I don't mind. I do take my time when I do my makeup, and it still goes by very fast. It's not that long. And I'm so sorry, I think I'm not really looking into the camera today because I'm kind of like, oh, okay, let me do this better. Once I'm done blending my foundation, I'm gonna go in with the concealer just a little bit. This is the Revolution concealer. My shade is C4. Again, I will share a link to all of these products anyway, so you guys will be able to see the exact shades and the exact brands of every product. It's all mentioned in the description. So basically, let's just say when you conceal, I try to keep in mind, I just want every middle part of the face to be concealed. So right here and right here. So it's kind of like a cross, right? So that's what you basically do. I've applied a little bit. And now, of course, I am going to blend that also with my fingers, because that's just what I do. And I find that this gives me the best results ever. Once you see everything is blended in, also don't forget you are allowed to cover your lips also. I really love to do that. I always love to cover my lips with foundation and concealer. You know why? Because then when you apply your lipsticks, it really shows the true color of the lipstick. So that is why I'm a big fan of just covering your lips with foundation also. And yes, they have been scrubbed and hydrated already, by the way. That's one thing you have to make sure, because otherwise your lips are gonna go very, very dry. And I love exfoliating my lips, by the way, with our lip scrub from 𝗓𝗏 Cosmetics. It's such a rich, dense product. It's so scrubby, but it kind of turns very buttery as soon as it goes on your lips, and you can just scrub it. It also plumps your lips, it makes them wrinkle free, and it also makes them come back to their natural pink tone of your lips, basically. So if you have darkened your lips because of all the lipstick damage or the sun damage, then try our lip scrub. You're gonna love it because it has amazing results. This is also how I turned my lips back to pink again, because they turn very purpley, and usually people used to always ask me, do you smoke? And I'm like, no, I don't. You know, I always had that problem. But anyway, once you're done with the concealer and everything, my lights really are weird. Like, I have shadow on this side, but never mind. Once I'm done blending this properly, I'm just gonna go in with very little powder. I am not a big fan of too much powders because it can make your face very cakey throughout the day and stuff, you know. But I understand sometimes if you have very, very oily skin, you might need a bit more powder. But since it's winter, my skin is quite like normal, you know, normal to dry, basically, just depending on its mood. Today it's very normal, so it's behaving well today. So I'm going to take the Laura Mercier powder, literally very little, and then just dab it under my eyes, wherever I have applied the concealer. So very little amount of the powder goes on top. I'm not really baking, as you can see. It's more like just kind of setting the concealer and taking out the excess oiliness from the concealer, basically. I also use a little bit on my eyelids, only because my eyes can get very, very oily. But very little powder, that's what you have to remember. And that's that. This was the translucent powder by Laura Mercier, by the way. Again, the links will be given. Let me put my brush back here. This is where it belongs. I'll have to also wash my brushes, but I'm going to do that tomorrow, not today. Next thing that I like to do, I always like to go in with my blush first. I know it's weird. I really don't follow like the usual steps for makeup. I just do my own thing, however I feel like. But I definitely like to get done with my face first. Concealer, the foundation, the setting, the powders, the blushers. I want that done first. So that is my steps, which is not for everyone, but it just works for me. Okay, so I'm gonna use the NARS palette, which has the Orgasm shade here and the Orgasm X shade here also, and this is also the same highlighter. But by the way, this highlighter is the bomb. We're gonna use that. You're gonna see it's amazing. So I'm gonna mix both these colors and just apply that. By the way, when you apply your blush now, please do remember you don't really have to smile when you apply your blush, because I have seen somebody talk about that somewhere on Facebook, where when you smile, you obviously lift your cheeks. And then when you apply your blush there, obviously when you're serious, you know, your cheeks come back at their original position. And so your blush comes down too, right? So it doesn't make sense to do that. So have a serious face on while you apply your blush and then position it, okay? So serious, this is where I want this. And this is exactly where it's gonna stay. So no matter if I laugh, I'm gonna just lift it up even more. And when I'm serious, it's still there where I want it, right? So I'm gonna blend the blush in a little bit. And I like a lot of blush, so I'm sorry. I also like a little bit on my nose, by the way. I always apply a little bit of blush on the tip of my nose. It just makes you look kind of flushed and youthful and cute, you know? So if you like that college type girl look, go for it. I really love that because it always makes me look so youthful. You don't have to do that if it doesn't look good on you, but to be honest, it does suit my type of nose, so it's okay. Back with this. Next thing I want to do, I want to just set everything that I've applied to my face now. So I'm going to use our Youth Glow toner from 𝗓𝗏 Cosmetics. Because it has rose water, aloe, and neroli, it is such an amazing product if you want to set your makeup. So I love using this to set my makeup sometimes. It does give you like a little bit of that glowy finish, but it does make your makeup kind of last longer, and it also makes it kind of stick where it should be. So I'm just going to place that in front of my face and just spritz twice, and I'm done. And I love the spritzer here because sometimes when you use like a face mist or like a face setting spray, you have to usually go through all around your areas, all angles. You have to cover all angles. But this one here, you just have to position it once and it sprays so, I don't know what you call it really. It just goes everywhere. Like it spreads out like crazy. You will see when you use that. This is the 𝗓𝗓 Youth Glow Toner from 𝗓𝗓 Cosmetics. Again, the links are given, and this is one of my favorite products from my own brand. I use this all the time, and especially for summer, this is the best product to have on your shelves. It's so useful. Keeps your skin and pores tight. Very good if you have blackheads also. And obviously it's amazing to set your makeup, so I use this quite often for a lot of reasons. Now, while my face is still a little wet, I'm gonna go ahead with the same palette and has like a highlighter here. I'm gonna apply the highlighter, but look at this. See how I'm having a glow already on my face, by the way, without any highlighter right now? This is what the toner actually does. It does set your makeup, but gives it like a little bit of the dewy effect. So I really love that, even though the foundation I used was proper matte. I'm gonna go in with my highlighter. This highlighter is just amazing. I'm not gonna go crazy because obviously I'm not going nowhere. I just wanted to come on here and just, you know, share some tips and tricks. I use a little bit here, here, the brow bone. And before I go in with the highlighter on my nose, I like to actually contour it first. That's one thing I never want to forget, which is contouring my nose. I'm not a big fan of contouring my whole face. I don't like sharp, chiseled faces as much, especially not on myself, because it does make me look more older, and I don't want that look. I like fuller faces, youthful, glowy, flushed looks, and that is what I always go for. So that is why the only thing that I do contour on my face is I take like a brown, this is the Smart palette. Again, I'll give you guys the link so you don't have to see. So this is like a broken palette, but it has a really nice brown shade that I take with a dense brush, and I just apply that here on the bridge of my nose, on both sides, like the two typical lines that you have, right? Like this, do you see that? And then I just go in with my fingers, just again blend it in. So yes, in my makeup routine, I do use my ring finger quite a lot. But of course, for your fingers to work on you, you do have to make sure your skincare routine is on point. Your skin has to be hydrated and creamy enough for all of these things to work. If your skin is very dry and you're using a lot of like matte foundations and everything, then this finger action might really not even work right now, you know? Once I have done this, these two lines look blended in. I'm gonna go ahead with the same brush. I had a little bit of powder. I'm just gonna go on top with some powder here before I apply my highlight, just so it all looks blended in together. Do you see that? And now I'm gonna use like a smaller brush, go in with the highlighter again, and just apply a little bit on the tip of the nose right here, and a little exclamation mark, but a very small line here. I don't like to go all the way down, because when you highlight your whole nose, like the whole bridge of the nose, it does make your nose look very long, like it's not even ending anywhere soon, you know? And I don't like that look. I like it short and sweet. So I do a very small line here, and then a little dot here, and literally that's that. And that is how I always do my nose, especially when I take photos, because everybody asks me always, why does my nose always look so different in photos? And it actually is because I do this, exactly this. So then now when I pose and the shadows are falling and the highlight is a little bit, it just makes my nose look so much more thinner, smaller, and like a really short nose. And that is kind of like the look that I like. I'm also gonna go ahead with the same highlight and apply that here in the inner corner of my eyes, because that is obviously a part of makeup you always have to do anyways. So I always get this done first. And so the highlight is now out of the way. For eyes, what I like to do for the most part, I just take the same color that I use to contour my nose. It's like a brown, nice color. And I just go in with that color and just put that on the crease. Just go round and round like that. It's just very easy, but does give your eyes a little bit of that lift. So I just go round and round on the crease, and that's all really. Then I put my lashes on, which I'm gonna do next. So I keep it very simple, but it's still very glam and very neat. So if you don't have too much time to, you know, go in crazy with your eye makeup, literally that's what you can do. Use a good highlighter, put it on the brow bone, put it here in the inner corner of the eye, go in with some really nice brown shade on the crease, put some nice lashes on, and it's still good enough. I hope you can see this clearly. I'm gonna show you guys that in a minute, like a close-up. Once I'm done with the eyeshadows, I like to go in with my eyeliner. I'm gonna start from halfway and go up, basically, to just lift the eyes. Do you see that? It has lifted my eye a little bit. Also gives you a little bit of that foxy eye look, which I know people love nowadays, and actually so do I. It does look good on me sometimes, you know. It does make me look a little bitchy, if I may say, but it's still a good look, so I don't mind. But yeah, I just start from halfway through the eye and then go up from the ends, basically. I did wing it out a little bit because I really love wings sometimes, especially when I do this little trick here where I start from the middle of the eye. Then I just really like to go in longer with the whole wing. But when I start my eyeliner literally from the front, then I never do the whole wing thing because then it makes me look too much. Okay, once you're done with your eyeliner, obviously the next step would be your lashes. I have my red cherry lashes here that I have used now probably like 100 times already. I'm gonna apply some dual glue. These are very basic lashes that I use for, you know, like daily makeup or whatever. Sometimes when I'm not in the mood to do anything, I literally just put some lashes on, a lip gloss, and that's that. I just can't do without lashes. Yes, I'm that girl. Before applying my lashes, also one thing I like to do, I always kind of like to hold it in a way that it just kind of rounding it. Does it make sense? Do you see that? Like, I like to kind of turn it like this, making it round so it's easier for me to apply it, you know. So I just hold it like that. I let the glue dry a little bit. So once the glue is dried out a little bit, it becomes a little tacky, you will see. What I like to do, I like to keep the mirror right in front of me, but kind of lower it a little bit and then look down while I apply my lashes, because that way I can make sure that the lashes are facing upwards and curled out properly, right? So I hold them like that. Do you see that? Should I come nearer? So I hold them like this, kind of like upwards. I look down and then I place it carefully. And literally that's that. And now just adjust it if you have to, obviously. I've been using this tweezer since like 1,000 years now. And you just let it sit there for a second. But do you see how they're facing literally upwards without me even having to curl them or anything? That is what you can achieve when you apply them this way, where you look down and you apply the lash like that. Does that make sense? It's the easiest way to apply lashes, to be honest. It's very fast. The only thing is I hate when the glue isn't drying properly. If you still see that stickiness, the white stickiness from the glue, then you could always go in with a mascara and the liner again and you will cover that up anyway. And I'm gonna apply my lash on the other side also. A thin layer of the glue. I love using the dual glue. I definitely need the black one because I feel like the white one just leaves that white stickiness. Sometimes I just can't control it. I always have to go in back with my eyeliner, but that's okay, I don't mind. So I'm gonna wait here again. Once you're done with the lashes, I'm going to quickly go in with some dark brown eyeshadow with a very flat brush I have from MAC here and just fill in my brows. I am trying to actually grow them right now, so nowadays all I'm doing to my eyebrows is I'm applying a lot of Glam Lash serum literally every day to grow them, which is why they look a little fuller and thicker now. This is also one of the products that I love the most from Isha Cosmetics, and that is why. But I'm not going to do much to them. I just leave them. Look at that. This is literally my natural brow right now, which is quite fuller now. So I use this serum every day, but to fill my brows, I'm just going to use a little bit of brown eyeshadow and just go in with that and not do anything crazy. But when I used to still do my proper eyebrows, my favorite product to use was the Rimmel Brow This Way. Guys, you need this pencil in your life. This is amazing. It has like a very nice dense pencil coming out from one end, and the other end is like a little brush that you can just comb through and stuff. amazing. And this color is the medium brown. It's the best color for me especially. Love it. But for now, just an eyeshadow will do. Literally, that's it. I'm not going to do much. I just want to have the satisfaction that all my hair is natural and they're looking great and fantastic, you know. I'm living in that moment right now. Look at that, just with like one swipe, they're looking so much more fuller now anyway. I just love having naturally fuller brows, and that is why I use this serum all the time now, because I just want my own brows to be full again. I have made them so thin, I keep plucking them myself so much that I've made them quite like different, you know. They've gone kind of thinner. I think that's that. We do have a little bit of that white plastic showing from the glue. I'm gonna go in again once with my eyeliner quickly. And as you can see, we have not applied any liner at the front. Also, my lashes have also started from the middle of the eye going upwards like that. So this is how you can actually fake lift your eyes. And also, if you take your liner wing up a notch, it will give you an even more lifted and that foxy eye look that you so crave, okay? But I think this one for me is perfect. I don't like it any further than that because then it looks too dramatic. I really don't like dramatic stuff anyway. The next thing I want to do now, let me line my lips. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury liner that I use all the time. Outline my lips a little bit. Once you're done outlining your lips, I like this. It's the Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. I use this all the time. It has become like my daily go-to lip liner anyway. For the lipstick, what I usually like to do, and this is like a daily thing, I quickly go in with my Superstay Matte Ink by Maybelline. The shade is Amazonian. I will give you guys a link as usual. I use that on the outer corners here.
And every time you wake up feeling worse and then you check the time, it's never what it feels like, just throw me and die.
And I do this every day. I always use this color first. It's also a very nice dupe for Huda Beauty Trendsetter, by the way. If you are looking for a Superdrug dupe, this is it. And then in the middle, I always like to apply different colors. Sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's probably a little red, sometimes it could be any creamy nude color. Today I want a little bit of coral color, so I'm going to use this matte color by Misha. It's a very nice orangey shade and I really love it. I'm going to go ahead with this. Right in the middle. And you guys know I'm a queen of mixing lipsticks. I'm never happy with one lipstick color. I always mix in a few. This is basically the best trick that always works on me, to have a different color on the outside, which is a bit more darker, and then something bright and nice in the middle, and I'm more happy that way. If you want, at the end you can go in again with the Amazonian shade here to make it a bit more darker. It's a super matte color. It does stay for a very long time, by the way. And there you go. I always feel that when I use one lipstick, it doesn't last on me as long, no matter how matte the lipstick is. But whenever I mix at least 2 or 3 sometimes, it does last a long time. It also makes your lips look a lot more plumpier and bigger also. So the more layers you apply, the more bigger your lips start to look. So obviously don't go overboard, but just 2 or 3 colors is good enough. One thing I forgot to do is, I should have done it earlier, I always like to use like a nude waterline color. I used to love white, but now I like nude colors more. So this is the NC15 by MAC. If you want to fake your eyes a little bit, make them look sharper or bigger, then this is what you do. You know, your eyes are going to look bigger and you're going to look wide awake. And guys, at the very end, if you feel like some of, you know, the corners are getting too shiny or too oily, then always go in with a little bit of oil. And I always like to dab it a little bit, just here and there. Again, I don't bake, I just put very little, just so it looks still very, very natural and doesn't crease as much. Because if I apply a lot of powder, it's definitely going to crease. And if you are somebody who has a lot of wrinkles on your face, by the way, please stop going overboard with your powders. It's not going to work on you. It's going to make you look very old. and your skin is gonna look very fake also, because the more powder you apply, the more fake your skin starts to look, almost kind of like a lizard, you know what I'm saying? So you don't do that, okay? Just very little powder. Like literally this little container here should last you more than a year, to be honest. So stop baking like crazy. You don't need to. Baking is something you do in the kitchen, not on your face. And if you like a bit more depth on your face, you can always go in with a little bronzer and just apply it wherever you like. I always like to apply just a little bit on the forehead. I'm not a fan of my hairline, so I always do a little bit of bronzer here, you know, and here a little bit if you want to. It's not necessary. I mean, in my case, it definitely isn't. I really don't want too much sharp anything, you know. I think my chin and jawline I'm very happy with anyway. So yeah, just add a little bit here and there if you want a little bit of that depth to your face and not look too pale. Then yes, go ahead, apply very little bronzer anywhere you like. And to be honest, that's that, right? And at the end, once again, I'm gonna go ahead with our Youth Glow toner from 𝗓𝗏𝗄 Cosmetics and just spritz it. Oh, it smells amazing. Okay, spray 2 times. You're done. I've cleaned up everything all together. My makeup is done. I am so happy, guys. This is my look, basically. My makeup look that I wanted to show you guys, which I do quite often. Obviously, as I was speaking, as I was doing this with you guys, it took me way longer. I'm usually done with my makeup within 15, max 20 minutes, and that's the daily thing that I do, because obviously I always have to be kind of on social media. I go outside every day also, so I always have to kind of look cute, you know. So that is basically what I do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will show you guys like a close-up. Wait a minute, let me just come nearer. Okay guys, that's that. Now if you see, take a better look. Do you see how amazing this highlighter is? It's amazing. I love it. It's super blinding. So guys, this was it. This was the makeup. I know it's a lot of highlighter going on, a lot of blush, but this is just kind of what I like. And also with the eyes, I hope you can see what we did there. I lifted my eyes a little bit, made myself look like I'm wide awake, and lifted my eyes quite a lot also. And I like when the liner starts from the middle, and also my lashes, if you notice, have also started from the middle going up. So guys, this was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips helped you. Also, if you want to book me for your makeup classes, you can do so. I will teach you tricks and tips depending on your facial features, depending on your skin texture. I can do a lot of things with your face that will make you look great every day. And if you want to learn those things, the link will be given in the description. You can book me there and I'll do one-to-one classes with you, teach you makeup depending accordingly to your face. And I also do level up sessions, by the way, if you need help with your relationships, with your mental stability, with your emotional traumas and stuff, or if you need help with your overall well-being as a lady, then don't forget to book my level up sessions. I can help you and set you straight. Thank you so much for watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That will be so helpful for me also. Thank you guys for watching. Take care of your well-being. Until my next video. Bye.